Good day, crafty chums. It's Nikki here, and I'm coming at you today with an index art card. The reason why I'm doing this is because Eileen and I normally stream at this time of day, and I won't be streaming because I'm off dragon boating. We've got another regatta this weekend, so yeah, I'm afraid that I'll be doing that rather than crafting with Eileen, and we'll be back as normal the week after. Sorry about my voice. Yeah, so we made the papers. We made the papers. I'm just trying to get you in there. This is my dragon boat team, and yeah, we had a success the other week, and so we're quite excited because we're a very new team, and we're becoming last in everything that we're doing, and then we came second, so yay. Got a little trophy for it and everything, so we're quite excited and happy to be going to the next regatta. But that's enough of that. Index art cards. Some of you who are new to my channel may not know that I really enjoy making index art cards, and for me the size is 3 centimeters by 5 centimeters. You can get them bigger, but the size I use are 3 by 5. And this is what the index card is, and I turn them into little bits of something. And I usually do it by using things that I have on my desk left over from different projects that I've been doing during the week, etc. Maybe week, maybe month, depending on how much I'm doing. So these are just a few of the different art cards that I've made. Sometimes I like to have sayings on there, sometimes I don't. You know, it just depends what I have lying around. So yeah, do all things with love. I've no idea what that was. Anywho, that's just that'll be an index card that I work on at a different time, because I've had writing on it, and so yeah, to sew or not to sew, that's the big question. I've been having issues with my sewing machine, so you know, now I have a new one, so no issues now. And this was a little bodice that I had left over from something else I'd been making. The best time for new beginnings is now. And so this was just scraps of paper and a bodice shape that I had left over, and so I just made that card with it. And the other week I decided to do a little bit of a painting on it, so there you go. And maybe some doodling or whatever. And usually it's just leftover bits that I have, so it probably goes that way. Could be any way up, who knows. So, and these are just index cards, and I really enjoy making them, you know. Life was meant for good friends and adventures, and they don't have to say anything. As I say, just bits and pieces left over. And yeah, this was one that I can't remember now who I saw this from, but it's an Australian lady, and she did this skeleton. She did a skeleton card or tag. I think she did skeleton tags. So I decided to do it on the index card, and that's how that one came about. And then this one must be, oh yeah, and this one was a skeleton tag as well. So I just on this one I decided to do it in the middle, and there are videos for these. You just have to search for them, and then when I decided to just do the corner on. So those two I probably made on the same day. And this was some alcohol inks on the photographic paper that I've been playing with, so it came out on that. And then I just decided on that one. I'd put scraps of whatever behind it, and then just made it into a saying, because you know, you don't have to make art on it or use things. You can just sometimes just use words. That's my little dragonfly wing bent over. And you know, you don't have to use words. This one I made in January last year. I think it must have been January 2020, yeah. when my dear friend had, actually my dear friend had just died, so that was in remembrance for her, and that was her as well. So I actually made these two at the same time, because it was in remembrance of my dear friend. That's her there. She she died last year. And then I was watching Patty Tully Parish, and something she always says is, "It looked better in my head." So I was just watching one of her live streams, and immediately afterwards I went away and made this. It looked better in my head, because I just thought it was funny. There, another little bit of the drawing thing. Sometimes I date these and sometimes I don't, and you should always date them. I just don't, because I'm not that good. And then no man knows how bad he is till he has tried very hard to be good. C.S. Lewis. I was ripping up book paper and I found that in there, and I thought, oh yeah, I've got to put that on an index card. So that's how that one came about. So sometimes I just use scraps. Sometimes I have a reason for making an index art card, and sometimes I don't. So here we are. This is some mop-up paper I had from a few weeks ago. It's some watercolor paper. It's only a cheap watercolor paper, and I was mopping up some distress inks, and so I thought, well, time to make it into an index card. So this is it, my 3x5. So I just marked it on each side, because when I was mopping up, it came with a border, so you know. And I rather than using a solid background, I quite like to use ones that aren't solid. So I think that what I'll do is I wanted to see what it looked like, so I'm going to go probably there and there, and it'll leave me this bit to use, and this will be waste. But this bit here, I can probably, when I do my sayings and that, I often use book paper, edge of book paper, which gives you an off-white, and this is off-white, so I'll probably use this later on as well. So I'm just going to cut along these edges here, and 3 inches wide, and it will end up being 5 inches long. And I'm using my index card just for the sizing on this one. I could at some point mount it onto an index card, but you don't have to. Why would you? You don't have to. So I marked this out twice, and obviously I wasn't very good in marking up my lines there, was I? So I'm going to squeeze that up there, go along the edge of the card, so that I get the proper width, because quite often when I get enough of the index cards, I'll make a little a journal for them to go into, which is another little fun part. And I have lots of index art cards journals now, because I've been doing this for a few years. So if you've been on my channel that long, you will know I've been doing this quite a while now. I'm going to take it from there, I think. That wasn't very straight, was it? Get it a bit straighter than that. Otherwise it will sit awkwardly in my album when I make it. So scraps. So I've been making a few things with Eileen. So now I've got the tongue. The tongue. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but so I've got scraps in here, and it's always a good start, isn't it, when you have scraps? That's not a scrap, but that managed to find its way in there. And I've got these little cutouts here, which I can't think that I'm going to use on anything else, because they're a bit garish for it. So so maybe I'll be using that today. And I've got some like little bits of tissue that may be a bit dark for it, so we'll go a lighter color. And this is just how I do it. I just get together some bits and pieces and get started. This isn't a scrap, but it's made its way in there. This is a some material that Josie has painted for me, and she sent to me in a rack. And it will get on something eventually, Josie. I do have some more of this. So yeah, it will get there eventually. I'm intrigued by this thing that says the tongue. Not sure I'll get it on this one this week, but maybe it will come later on. The thing when you make ATCs and index art cards, because they're small, you have to go smaller, and that's some corrugated paper that won't go on there this week. So you've got to think about, you know, what looks good, what will look good, what will look rubbish, and just go for it. I did this on something the other day and hated it, so I just covered it over with gesso, and that's basically how things go. Is, you know, you put a bit down and you go, oh my goodness, that's terrible. Let's start again. So gesso is your friend in all things. Or I cover it over with the second layer from tissue paper, which is always another good way to do it. I don't want to lose too much of the color, because I do have the color from the distress ink, so I probably won't cover over all of it. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to go long or whether I'm going to go, you know, the short way around. But you know, so and I've got a little catty face, but I'm not going to use it on there, I don't think. I think I'm going to use yeah. I haven't spoken much this morning, that's why my voice is a little bit so I apologize for that. I get a hay fever, you know, allergies and that, and so quite often because I don't know which way around I'm going to do this yet. I'm going to come at this with different angles, so then it doesn't matter which way I decide to do it. So that's always a good idea, you know, if you have the book paper that way, then you can put some this way, and then it won't then you won't be going, oh my gosh, I can't do it this way, because all my book paper will be upside down and back to front. And I might do one just this way around now as well, and then we've got them a few ways up, if you know what I mean. A few different ways up. Oh, that word there was lust. Sometimes I just look at the book paper, and sometimes you have read things on there, and sometimes you don't. It just depends what books you've been reading and what books you have for cutting up and that. Because I've done 3 corners there. I'm actually going to put another one in the last corner. So then that I must stop just stopping words in mid sentence, because that's weird, isn't it? It's weird when you do that. I did a 16-kilometer bike ride yesterday, so I'm a little bit tired. My fitness isn't up to par at the moment, but it's coming, you know, it's getting there. And I'm sure I'm not the only one during, you know, we haven't had a lot of lockdown here, but I'm sure a lot of people have been indoor people during this period. And yeah, it's not good for your health, is it? get rid of these little bits and pieces. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, you know, it's okay to throw away a scrap, but sometimes the scraps actually turn out to be a little heart or a leaf. So yeah, I was looking at that one there and it turned into a heart. So yes, let's do that one. I'm sorry if I'm doing a funny little giggle thing. I have no idea what that's about, but you know, a nervous giggle. And I've no idea why. I've got the washing on. I've got some washing to hang out in a little bit. Lovely summer's day, coming towards the end of our summer now. It's going to be another 26-degree day here, I think, at the time of recording this one. For those of you who think you missed the live, you didn't. I just recorded a live recording, so you know it's all done in one, so I don't have to do any editing because my computers now, and that is so old, they can't edit videos anymore. They're just, you know, they are just like a little bit sad. A little bit sad. And I can't afford to buy new, so just sticking that down there just to I don't know why. It's probably one too many, that one. One too many. I'm going to pop another one up here. And for some reason, I've decided not to build in the middle. And sometimes I do that. And it doesn't become clear until later as to why. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my another layer of tissue paper to go over. Because what that will do is it will mute it, knock it back. Knock it back. So just pop up. And that's something I'd just like to do. That was a single layer, so that's good. Sometimes I have no rhyme or reason. I just go with the flow of things. And I'm looking for a cloth. Because I've got my brush sat here in water, so I'll just dry that off. It's really bad for your brushes to keep them in water. But and I know, but that's the way it goes. What I'm going to do here is Mod Podge this and then stick that over the top, which will knock it right back. And also it will seal everything nicely down. Looks like I may be going to do it this way up. This way up for me, the side way up for you. And here we go. I'll just do this and clears up a little bit of your leftovers on your desk. Creates a bit of art. Helps you to get things off your mind if things are playing on your mind. And relaxing. That's the other thing it is. It's relaxing. Well, I find it relaxing anyway. This is a napkin with a little bit of texture on it, which is nice as well. You know, it had bonded edges. I'm being quite firm with this, but not so firm that I make a hole. But having said that, I may just make a hole. And if you make a hole, hey, doesn't matter. Because you can patch it if you want to patch it, or you can leave it when it dries. There. lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's starting to come away already, which is also nice. Just going to glue up my brush, put the lid back on. Sometimes my lids glue back on. Okay, and I'm just going to pull this away. Yeah. Try not to put my big fat thumb on it, but sometimes I do. Because if my thumb gets on it, what happens is that it takes the napkin back up. So I'm just going to dry that and cut it. So dry and cut. If I could edit, I would edit this bit out. But I'm hoping that that my noise cancelling microphone comes in and it cancels that noise of it, especially if I start talking. Look at all your star. Use that. I'm trying to rush through it as well. I may go and get a stamp and do a little bit of stamping in the background. See how I feel in a minute, how I think things are going. Yes, my goodness, just seeing if I got anything else. So, got this that I've got for that I didn't use last week. A little saying there that I might put on. I think it's something like believe you can and you're halfway there. It's always nice. I like to put sayings on my on everything really. Because I like the positivity of it all. I think that's dry enough. Like having positive affirmations and things like that in my work. And then sometimes I just do the funny things like that saying from Patty Tolly Parish, which I know that she says all the time. Which makes me laugh. Here we go. So I may put that on there like that, and then have the, see if there's enough room for the saying underneath it. Let's see. Believe you can. It's a longer word halfway there. I could do believe you can and you're halfway there. I think so. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'll just make the decision and I'm going to do it. At the moment, my watercolor paper is a little bit bent, but it will come flat. I'm trying to do that to the camera there. I've still got the camera at the side angle. I do need it to be a little bit towards me. the reason why my camera's at the side is because when I stream with Eileen and I'm doing it, it's very early in the morning, at 5 and 5:30 in the morning, and so I have to have my lights on, and the camera being overhead, all you can see is the shadow cast from the camera and the tripod. So that's why I've gone sideways. I may pop it back. What I should do is when I'm recording on my own during the day, pop it back up and over. And when I'm recording with Eileen, still keep it to the side. Of course, and then I've got to go around the edges just to finish that off. And I do like my dream catchers. Just going to decide flower or rain catcher. I might do the dream catcher and see if I have a brad. Maybe it might be a little bit fun to put the brad in the middle. Just go around the edges of this one. And I usually do vintage photo all black soot. Creature of habit. Oops. I wanted just to trim that off. Yeah, I'm a bit of a creature of habit when it comes to this. Sometimes I'll do the vintage photo and then I'll go around in black soot just to vary it up. And I think I'm going to do that. I just need to bring this out just a little bit. It's a bit fiddly because I've cut these. And so they're a little bit delicate now. But I'll just go around the edges, see what that does for me. I can hear my washing's finished. So, yeah, get on with it, I hear you say. I'm making this last much longer than it needs to, actually, because everything's already cut out from, you know, other projects and that. So just darken this up around the edge. I think that looks better darker. So there we go. The lid's on that. My little tray for my distress inks there. Yay. Yeah, it kind of looks cobwebby now, doesn't it? Right, let's get a little bit of glue on here and then we'll see if we can find a brad. Oops, just to go in the middle. Just because. Just because, either a brad or a pearl or something. To go in the middle of the dream catcher. I've one I made hanging up at my window, which is nice. Got a door handle. Oh, I've got baby brad. Might be too small. Will it fill that in? Oh, it might do. Yeah. Let's see. Let's show where's my pokey tool. My pokey tool and something to poke it into. You should have a book pad here. Here it is. So there we go. Poke tool. Right, broad. Let's hope the hole's not too big now. Oh yeah, it just goes in there nicely, doesn't it? Sweet. So there we go. And that's my index art card for today. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pop a little bit of washi on the back of that so it doesn't catch on anything else, because I've got bits that stick out and all sorts of things. Pop that on there because it won't show when it goes into the journal. And already you see my watercolor paper is flattening out. You know, just got a little bit more drying to do, and then it'll be nice and flat when I pop it under something else. Well, I had a little star there. So I'm going to pop it on. Yeah, let's pop it on. Let's pop it on, make that the last bit. Just go around the edges. Help it pop off the page a little bit more. And then we'll call it a day. And see you all again next week. When I'm back with Eileen. And we might be using some clay, but who knows? Who knows? I don't want to give too much away. Because, you know, Eileen and I like to keep it diverse. So there we go. Leave you can, and you're halfway there. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. If you're not already a subscriber to my channel, I almost couldn't say it through my teeth. Please do subscribe, like, share, and all that good yummy stuff as my viewings and everything else has gone down the pan. It would be nice to get back up there again, and doing that will help motivate me to make more videos and things. So please interact with me a little bit, leave me a kind comment or whatever, and see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.